Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone is having a good day so far. Hopefully, you can hear me. All right. Happy Thursday, guys. Welcome to the Virtual Business Book Club. We are doing July's book of the month, The Psychology of Money. And so far, so good, y'all. It's a really good book. This was published out in, was it 2020? Oh no. Okay, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let me try to turn this up. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. Can you hear me now, Ida? Hmm. Let me see something if I do it like this. Can you hear me now? Let's see what's going on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? It's up as high as it can go. Let me see. No, that's why. Hold on. Let me see. Um, oh shit, I don't know what to say. Me too. Um, and now my internet is messing up. Always something all right. Oh man, let's see. Hmm. Shit, I don't even know. Titus, what we doing, baby? Well, if y'all can hear me on Clubhouse, I don't even know what to say. I have to just rely on YouTube. I don't want to make this too long. Let me see something. Shit, I might have to hold this up like a mic or something. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It's probably dirty. Do like the old boys, old games. I'd rather leave my own room and come back. Still nothing. Still nothing. Can you hear me now? Titus. He be wilding. Very low. Oh, dang. This is crazy. Okay. Well, you can't hear me, so we can roll with that. I will just have to put it all the way up to my mouth so that you can hear me. Oh, okay. Well, all right, party people. All right. Okay, so we're gonna make this really quick. This was, like I said, a good book, a good read, easy to read. Now this author, he is a former journalist. So every chapter is like a small journal entry, not journal entry, but like a smaller column, something, a smaller newspaper column. So we're gonna get right into it. All right. And Ida, honestly, since you I might come on up real quick. So because when I'm on here, it's hard for me to it's hard for me to kind of go back and forth and see who's in, who's not. So if you got anything to add, just add it whenever. Just stop me. It doesn't matter. And if you don't, that's fine too. All right. So get into the psychology of money, timeless lessons on wealth, greed, and happiness. All right. So get into the intro really quickly. He calls the psychology of money, it's a soft skill. It says the financial success is not a hard science. And so he uses these short stories to just convince us that learning how to manage money doesn't take a whole lot of knowledge. Like it's not that technical, right? And like I said, it's a really good read, really good book. I really like it. All right. So, chapter one, and of course, y'all gonna hear Titus in the background. Chapter one, no one's crazy. So basically, the point that he got to was everyone comes from a different background with different experiences, and then we have different generations. So basically, like people who grew up after the world World War One. I can't really say all that at the same time. And then you got people who grew up when the economy was up. You got people who grew up when the economy was high. So we have all these different people with different backgrounds who had different ideas about money. You know, money may mean something to different people because of different experiences. So we have to always take that into account when we see people with money and how they manage their money. And then also, he pointed out that we're still figuring out these newer streams of income. So basically, he has some stats in there. The concept of retirement is only 2 generations old. Like they just, like when I say even our grandparents were alive, they started retirement. So Social Security started in 1940. Okay. And then the 401k, that started in 1978. And then the Roth IRA, 1998. I was in elementary school, so a lot of these concepts, financial concepts, are still vaguely new. And so, okay, True. Let me see who is who. True, you ain't got no bio though. I know what you think about that. He ain't got nothing in his bio.
I think he she left. I don't
Okay.
see him in the audience anymore.
Okay.
But I can hear you so much better now. I
For
came to the
real.
stage. It was so bad. Yeah,
That's
it was so
wild.
bad. Like sitting in the audience. That's
Ah,
weird.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's not good. That's I don't know. That was weird. Like at first, I really couldn't hear you at all, and then whatever you did, I could hear you, but it was like if you were standing 6 feet away. But now you're like crystal clear.
That is so weird. That is so weird. And I'm still kind of new to the whole, moderating the clubhouse and all that. So
Hmm.
I don't even know. I just know turn your mic on and start talking. But
Right. That's pretty much all it is to it.
I know that's what my phone usually does good with the volume. That's what I was like, well, I'm gonna just hold it as close as I can to my mouth, and hopefully, you can hear me. So, oh, excuse me.
Yeah, but I hear you really good now.
Okay,
Maybe it
good.
was just a fluke. Because sometimes Clubhouse is glitchy. So
That's what I
who
heard
knows?
too, though. That's what I heard. Okay. Well, have you read this book before? Have you came across this book before?
So I've come across this book that I can say in a way of other people talking about it, like because I consume like many hours of podcasts, so it's came up
Mm-hmm.
in a few of my favorite podcasts. Um, Listening, to different people over the years, but I've never read it for myself until now. I didn't finish it, but
Okay.
this was so interesting. This was so interesting. One of the biggest things he said, it was like on page one, and I
Mm.
never thought about it this way. And he says, your relationship with money. Okay, let me just before I mess it up.
No, for real. Yeah, say it, cause I always mess up stuff. Titus, lay down. I always mess. Even when I got
He
my
said
notes, I
like
mess up. Go
Well,
ahead.
thank you. Now, though, I feel like I'm in good company, so I
You
won't
already
feel as bad
know.
as I.
I don't mind because I know I'm not going verbatim how these authors be writing. Nope. I ain't even gonna try. But
But basically, he was saying though, that your relationship with money or how well you are with managing your money has very little to do with your formal education, your connections, all that
mhm.
type of stuff. Right? It's the way you behave. Like,
Yes.
and I'm one of those people. That was really so eye opening for me, and I got like, I don't know, I just had an epiphany because I'm one of those people, or maybe I'm the only person think this way, that I separate behaviors from money. You know what? You don't know what I mean.
mm,
So what I
I
mean
do.
is that I feel like I'm two separate people. One that's supposed to be the astute one that's managing her money, and then the other one that's just living her life, right? And
Okay.
when I think about it, the relationship with money has everything to do with my behavior, right? Because like
Yep.
if I'm happy, I'm like, girl, go treat yourself, go buy you a new purse.
Every time.
And that has everything to do with my behavior, right? So that was so eye opening for me. And I'm glad that this was the book. Like I never would have thought to read it, but it's so interesting.
Yeah. I enjoy it. I really enjoyed it because when I seen that first story, like when he compared the janitor, to like the
Oh
multimillionaire,
yeah, on the read.
I
That's
was
another bad
like,
one is read.
yo, like, but that's real life. You got people who wants to work, like who don't mind working and have something building up
Mm-hmm.
so that when, they go, hey, I'm saved up, I did what I was supposed to do. That's it. And then you got some of these millionaires who go crazy because again, the relationship with money. They think, oh, it's always gonna come
Mm-hmm.
in. I'm guaranteed this. I'm guaranteed that it's always gonna be this way. And I can do whatever I want with this money. No. Mm-mm. That ain't life. That ain't
Right, that's
life.
not life, but that is life at the same time because you're so right.
Yeah. I'm right.
And that's what he was saying.
Yeah, exactly. My son's talking about some huh? Go use the potty, baby.
And if I remember, he's 8.
Who my son?
Uh-huh.
Girl, he is 5.
5. Okay. I know he was still in the single digit.
Yes, God, he is 5. Talking about some go pee pee. I'm like, no, I ain't gotta go. Um, but that's funny. But yeah, so basically, like with the rest of this, well, with chapter 1, he is saying like we're still learning. Basically, like especially like, in our community, especially like we're still learning about
Mm-hmm.
personal credit. Like that's like the very like
Oh yeah.
lowest level.
True that.
So when we even get to like the 401ks and working for a job, we don't know what we're doing. We just take their
So
word
true.
for it and like, okay, I know I'm doing something. I don't know what I'm actually doing. I don't know how it's actually invested into stocks and stuff. I just know I'm guaranteed something. So basically like don't be too hard on yourself, but at this point in time we still need to learn. Like we still need to learn about the
Mm-hmm.
money, about finances. What is that? But it is like we're all still learning about this because again, all of these concepts are still new. Like I said, when my grandma was coming up, they were still coming out with these concepts. So they're still fairly
Mm-hmm.
new. And then two, he was just saying like luck and risk. Nothing is as good or as bad as it seems. All right, so I'm gonna read out of this book because, like you said, Ida, I don't like to be messing up too bad. Not too bad. Because I was like, certain stuff I just can't paraphrase. And Okay.
Yeah. Same.
So, I think our neighbors we starting to get on their nerves. Anywho, Risk and luck are doppelgangers. This is not an easy problem to solve. The difficulty in identifying what is luck, what is skill, and what is risk is one of the biggest problems we face when trying to learn about the best way to manage money. And so, what did I put down? So, going back to chapter one, since most of these concepts
Mhm.
and streams of income is new, some people take risk on projects and they don't really know the outcome, right? It's like they become successful.
Right.
They don't know if it was luck, if it was just that risk and it just turned out to be success, or what was it?
Right.
Yes, Titus.
Mhm.
And so basically what the author is getting at is that we don't know all the things that actually went down in the background. And so we don't know if it was luck, we don't know if it's risk. And so sometimes when we do get successful off those risks, we kind of get the big head and we kind of start crossing certain boundaries and certain lines.
Mhm.
And he was even saying like back in the day, again, since they were coming up with so much go use the bathroom, baby. He would walk past two bathrooms. But yeah. So basically, again, certain people back in the day, yeah, they became very successful, but you have to think they were the first ones to do it. So they didn't have certain laws in place either. He touched on that too. Like some of this stuff
That's
was
true.
mostly criminal. Especially if you did it today. Like, you can't get away with that. So and so he had two things in the book that can point us into a better direction. Be careful who you praise and admire. Be careful who you look down upon and wish to avoid becoming. So that's more of a humbling statement. I felt like you don't know what a person did to get there, but also if they down,
Mhm.
don't judge them because they down because you don't know what it took for them to get there. Um, and then this last one, focus less on specific individuals and case studies and focus more on broad patterns. So I think when it comes to like stock market, that's kind of that thing, like a pattern based or whatever. I'm still trying to learn that myself. And then this last chapter. Now I was gonna do 7 chapters because it's only like
Mhm.
20 something chapters, but I'm gonna probably
Mhm.
do chapters 4 through 7 randomly before next Thursday because chapter 3
Okay.
kind of put me in a different mindset where I just have to kind of pause. So, chapter 3 is titled "Never Enough: When Rich People Do Crazy Things." So, this is the main question that I got: what would be enough for you? And so, excuse me, the author brought up very successful people who risked everything for more when they already had a lot, just to lose everything. So he talked about what was his name, Madoff with the Ponzi scheme. Very
Mhm.
successful
Mhm.
man. Very successful. But what did he do? He risked all that he worked for. He risked his reputation. He embarrassed his family just for what? Just because he wanted more. And then what happened to him? Like, so he talked about these successful
Right.
people who would just risk it all to be in a higher bracket or whatever, and then they just lost it all. Like that don't even make sense, but it does.
It don't
Again,
make sense.
it don't, right? But
No, it don't. But then again, it does because what is enough, and that
exactly.
definition is subjective to each person. And like, if I ask myself that, right, I don't even know because like
Mm-hmm.
things that I have accomplished that I um really had to work for. I feel good when I get there, but then it's like, yeah, but this isn't enough either. So let's do
Right.
something else. So I get it. And then I guess if you have a higher income bracket, right, then you probably want to take higher risk, bigger risk,
Yep.
and not thinking about when it's enough. Like you, and one probably never stop themselves to ask themselves that and try to figure out the answer.
Exactly. And he definitely talked about that too. Like When you do start reaching your goals, do you slow down for a second and say, "Hey, I met this goal. Am I satisfied?" Like he was like, just kind of slow down a little bit because oftentimes when we reach our goal, we're ready to go, accomplish another goal. And it's like
Right.
it's just pushing us and pushing us to where we just lose control. And I think that's kind of what happens a lot too with some of these, wealthy people. They just can't stop. Like they're just, it's like a thirst for more and more, and they lose focus of it all, and that's it. um, but it hit me though, because like
Yeah.
I was really reading, like, do I even know what's enough for me? You know,
Mhm.
like my son, he has special needs.
Mhm.
What if something happens to me? Do I have enough? Will he have enough? My mama, she's getting
Oh
older.
yeah,
My
that's
gram, she's still
yeah,
alive, but she
that's
has,
really something to think about.
yeah, my gram has Alzheimer's and dementia. She's still alive, but it's like, what if something happened
Mhm.
with money? My old uncle, he's sick
Mhm.
right now. What kind of, he's getting better, but still, these people in my family, they're getting
Okay.
older. My husband, just everything. Like, what is enough? And like, I literally had to pause because I was like, this really has me thinking. Okay,
Right.
Titus, no, thank you. um, so yeah, so I'm just like I say, I really had to pause because again, I am trying to accomplish goals and do this, do that, whatever idea comes up in my head, I'm ready to like go full throttle. But I do have to. My son, I feel like he really brings me back down to earth. Like we can't just do whatever we want. As you can see, whenever every Thursday I try to get on here, he be like, "Nah, we not doing that." Like it's gonna be some type of interruption or distractions. But yes, it was just very interesting when I read that. Like, dang, what is enough? Um, okay. But again, that's really why I stopped and I didn't read all the 7 chapters. Okay, Titus, come
I
here.
mean,
No.
that's understandable.
Mm-hmm. Hey, hey. Hey. All right, go over there and sit down. Okay, wait for mommy. Thank you. Help. Help with what? Okay, we almost done. We about to wrap it up. Okay. Okay.
He's like, look,
Okay, I
I
try
need
to
some
tell
attention
you.
now.
I'm trying to tell you every week. He be upset, baby. You hear me? So, like I said, I'm gonna do these next 4 chapters randomly before next Thursday, and then just see what happens with that. And then next Thursday again, we
Okay.
be back at it 8 through 14, and again, it's very easy to read and it's quite enjoyable. So, thanks, Ida, for hopping on. I appreciate you as always.
Of course.
Yes, and
So,
so.
one quick question.
Mhm.
So, next Thursday, we discussing the chapter 14.
So next, okay, okay, we don't have to watch Robot Trains. Yep. So
Yeah,
next,
just tell him I just ask him a quick question and I'm done.
okay, yep. Come on. No, you good. Like I said, next Thursday we'll do 8 through 4. Stop. We'll do 8.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do 8 to 14 next week. That's not
Okay. Sounds
nice.
good. Thank you, Ashley.
You welcome, hon. You have a good night.
You too. Bye bye.
All right, bye bye. No, what you say? All right, YouTube. Y'all be cool. Stop. Peace out. Say good night. Good night. Good night.